Hello mga kawamat. In this video lesson, we will discuss the application of sequences and series in financial mathematics. So in this video lesson, we will solve problems involving compound interest by applying the sequences and series formulas. So first, let us define the following terms. First is the compound interest. So pag sinabi natin compound interest, the interest is computed on the principal and on the accumulated past interest. So compound interest works like a geometric sequence. Since in geometric sequence, you multiply the total amount by a growth factor every year. So yung growth factor, that will be the common ratio. So example, saving 10,000 pesos with 5% interest compounded annually means you earn interest not just on 10,000 pesos, but also on the interest you already earn. Another term, a loan is a money borrowed from a bank or lender that you must pay back over time. So usually with added interest. So example, borrowing 1 million from the bank to buy a house and paying it back monthly with interest. A mortgage is a specific type of loan used to buy real estate like house or land. So the property itself is used as a guarantee or yung tinatawag nating collateral until the loan is fully paid. So for example, you borrow a money from a bank to buy a house. At kapag di mo siya nabayaran, so yung bangko, ikukunin niyo yung bahay mo. So yung tinatawag nating collateral. Cumulated value or the future value, this is for after the specific term. So accumulated value or a future value of an investment is the total amount an investment is worth after a certain time, including the original investment and all growth or yung tinatawag nating appreciation or interest. So for example, if you invest 100,000 pesos today at kumita yan ng 50,000 pesos na interest, so sa loob ng 5 taon, ang pera mo na o yung na-accumulate na value na amount is 150,000 pesos. So conversion or interest period time between successive conversion of interest. So sa compound interest, ginagamit natin to kasi hindi madalas computed annually lang, no? So kapag compounded annually, so yung conversion period mo ay 1 taon. So isang beses lang sa 1 taon ka magbabayad. If compounded quarterly naman, the conversion period is 3 months. Ibig sabihin, sa loob ng 1 taon, 4 na beses kang magbabayad since quarterly. If compounded monthly naman, the conversion period is 1 month. Ibig sabihin nun, 12 beses ka magbabayad sa loob ng 1 taon. 12 times. If semi-annually, the conversion period is 6 months. So, 2 beses sa loob ng 1 taon. So, another terms, we have rate. So, meron tayong tinatawag na yearly rate of increase of the investment. Period rate, so the rate of interest for one conversion period. So ang pinagkaiba ng period rate dun sa rate, mula kasi dun sa yearly rate, and then kapag ang problem is compounded semi-annually. So yung yearly rate, for example, ang yearly rate ay 8%, then compounded semi-annually. Since 2 beses yung conversion period mo doon, i-divide mo yung 8% sa dalawa. So, 8% divided by 2, that is the period rate. So, kung quarterly naman, compounded quarterly, ay yung 8%, i-divide mo sa 4, yun yung period rate. Time or term, so how long in years the money is borrowed or invested. Okay, so sagutin natin itong mga problems. For problem number 1, is about the sari-sari store expansion. So, Aling Nena wants to expand her sari-sari stores. So, she borrows 10,000 pesos from a local cooperative that charge 6% interest compounded semi-annually. So, how much will she owe after 3 years? Okay, so we'll follow the following steps to solve this problem. So step 1 will identify the variable. Step 2, identify what is being asked. Step 3, identify the given values. Step 4, identify the series. Identify if the given problem is a series or a sequence. So mula doon, identify natin kung anong formula ang gagamitin. Step 5, okay, we will show your solution or compute using the formula. Step 6, give the final answer. So you can write your final answer. So first step 1 will identify the variable. So ano ba yung variable natin dyan? So ang variable natin is the amount, no? Depth after n conversion periods. So yun ang a sub n natin. Yun ang kukunin natin. And then identify what is being asked. So ang interest natin ay kukumputin natin compounded semi-annually. So ibig sabihin dalawang beses siya magbabayad sa loob ng isang taon. Since in 3 years, ang hinihingi, so sa loob ng 3 taon, 6 na beses yung pagbabayad niya. 6 times, kasi 3 times 2, yung 3 dyan yung 3 years. Since sa loob ng isang taon, 2 beses siya magbabayad, so 3 times 2, kaya naging 6 conversion periods. So yung N natin dito ay 6. So we are looking for A sub 6. So again, yung N natin ay 6. Next, identify the given values. So ano yung mga given natin? So yung yearly rate natin is 6%. Since compounded semi-annually siya, i-divide natin, o yung 6% i-convert nyo into decimal. So 6% is 0.06, and then semi-annually siya, so i-divide natin sa dalawa. So 0.06 divide 2, ito yung rate per period niya. So the answer is 0.03. So kung kukunin natin yung common ratio natin, so yung R, since nadagdagan no, ng 3%, so 103%, that's equivalent to 1.03. So, ganun po ang gagawin ha. Hindi lang siya 0.06 dapat. Hindi kayo magbe-base dun sa 6%. Okay. Sundan nyo lang yung mga steps na ginawa natin. So, ang common ratio natin dito is yung 1.03. So, idadagdag lang natin yung 3% dun sa 1. So, 1.03. Next is the A sub 1, or after year 1, no? So after year 1, so yung 10,000 na hiniram niya, multiply, no, by the interest na 1.03. Ito yung common ratio natin. So 10,300 yung amount na babayaran niya sa unang period kasi anim lahat, 'di ba? So sa una 10,300, which is yun na yung first term natin na A sub 1. Since makikita natin dito sa given natin, meron tayong common ratio. So, papasok agad sa atin na ito ay geometric sequence. Okay, so geometric sequence ang gagamitin natin. So, the formula for the geometric sequence is A sub 1 multiplied by R raised to N minus 1. So, gagamitin lang natin itong formula. Substitute all the given. So, ang ano natin dito, it should be 10,300. Okay, wait, di ko napalitan. So, dapat yun ay 10,300. Okay, wait for a while. Okay, so again, 10,300 multiply to, so times 1.03, ito yung R natin. And then yung N natin is 6 minus 1. So, using your calculator, ang makukuha nyo dyan ay that will be equivalent to 11,940.52. So, ibig sabihin, Aling Nena will owe 11,940.52 pesos after 3 years. Another problem. So Christina decided to save money for after graduation. Christina starts by setting aside 100 pesos each week. So Christina increases the amount she saves by 20 pesos. So how much money will Christina have saved after 52 weeks? So, gagamitin ulit natin yung 6 na steps na ginamit natin for problem number 1. So, yung ano yung variable natin dito? yung amount of money Christina will save in kung ilang weeks man yon, and that is 52 weeks. So, yun ang A sub N natin. And then, ano yung hinihingi sa atin? Hinihingi yung total amount, no, na may ipon niya sa loob ng 52 weeks. So, ang gagawin natin, i-add lang natin. So, S sub 52 is equal to A sub 1 plus A sub 2. So, ito yung unang ipon niya hanggang sa makarating dun sa pang 52 weeks. So, identify the given values. So, ang A sub 19 niya ay 100 pesos. Yung N natin is 52. And the common difference ay 20 kasi yun ang dinadagdag niya, no? Yung dinadagdag niyang amount, which is 20 pesos. So, based na sa given, anong gagamitin natin? Sequence or series? Series. So, particularly that is arithmetic series. So, ang gagamitin natin formula since given ang nandiyan yung first term or yung A sub 1 saka yung common difference, ito yung formula na arithmetic series ang gagamitin natin. So, S sub n is equal to n over 2 multiply to 2 times A sub 1 plus the quantity of n minus 1 times D. So, isa-substitute lang natin lahat dyan. So, yung n, papalitan natin ng 52, divide 2 times 2, and A sub 1 is 100, plus, ang n again is 52 minus 1, then the common difference is 20. So, sa calculator nyo, makukuha nyo dapat, yes, 31,720. So, the amount of money Christina will save 52 weeks is, in 52 weeks, is 31,720 pesos. Okay, last problem, the motorcycle loan. A delivery rider bought a motorcycle. So after the down payment, he has remaining balance of 50,000 pesos. So the financing company charged 8% compounded quarterly. If he doesn't make payments for 2 years, so due to a grace period, how much will the balance be? So sundan again natin yung formula or yung steps na ginagamit natin. First, identify the variable. So the variable is the balance, no? Kung magkano kapag hindi siya nakapagbayad in 2 years. Identify what is being asked. So 2 years compounded quarterly yan. So since quarterly, imumultiply natin yung 2 years sa apat na period. So ilang periods lahat? 8 bale, no? So 8 periods. So 8 times sa magbabayad. So we're looking for a sub 8. So what are the given values? Ang yearly rate niya ay 8%. Since compounded quarterly ito, i-divide natin yung 0.08 sa 4 and the answer is 0.02. And then the common ratio, i-add lang natin yung 0.02 sa 1 kaya siya ay 1.02. And yung A sub 1 natin, since ang starting natin is 50,000, multiply natin sa common ratio sa 51,000. Sa unang period, so babayaran niya, no? That will be 51,000. Yun na ang value ng yung 50,000 plus yung interest. So that is 51,000. Since walong beses siya magbabayad, say 8 periods. So sa unang payment niya, ito na yung magiging amount ng pera. Next, identify if this is series or sequence. So, makikita natin may common ratio siya kaya geometric sequence. Kagaya ng problem number 1 natin. So, substitute lang natin sa formula. So, 51,000 times 1.02, this is the common ratio, raised to 8 minus 1. Using your calculator, that is equivalent to 58,502.68. Okay, so ito na yung after, no, 8 periods. So, after 2 years, ito yung total amount na. Yung remaining balance plus yung interest na 8% compounded quarterly. So, ibig sabihin, yung 8,582.68, yun yung interest na idadagdag doon sa remaining balance niya na 50,000. So, ibig sabihin, the motorcycle balance will grow to 58,582.68.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button para updated kayo for more video tutorial. This is your guide in learning your math lesson, your Wow Math channel.